When you wake up and go a little further, and we have already 30 awakened students among you in the school, you will see a simple picture that the world that you see and feel with the help of 5 senses, this is an extension of you. And you need to make this world beautiful to be happy yourself. And the only compass we have, guys, is happiness. Or is there another compass? Happiness. If you want to be happy, you have to make it all beautiful. And just helping the head with your hands, you know, it's troublesome for the mind, long and difficult, because only 3–5% of your possibilities are used. Therefore, you will have to radiate serving to others from the depth of yourself, from your depth, from the silence. Then you will be able to cope with this task step by step. You need to kind of warm it up, to love it. It is difficult to find such words. I mean, it's starting to become alive. Quantum physics describes the situation in the following words. There are tiny particles, and if you don't pay attention, it's just quantum soup. When we pay attention, it immediately begins to take the form of a beam, not a wave. In this way, we need to make it alive. This world is not indifferent. It immediately reacts to it, and we will have to give more and more of this light, this our nature, from its depth, helping with all our power to the head with our hands. Is it clear for you? So this is an extension of you. This is you. This is you. So how can we not serve to all this? It even sounds logical. In other words, I serve to myself. It sounds a little strange, but it's true. And you will wake up and confirm it to yourself. You are not a body that has a soul, but a soul that has a body. And you will wake up and see that this world is you. And the more you breathe life into this world, the more you treat it kindly, the more it comes back to you. This is a normal reaction, guys. That is a normal reaction. You move towards happiness, you become happier, more joyful. If you are not happy inside, in the depth, then life passes by. You live at best in mechanical reaction, and at worst in suffering. Who is happy with such life? The next option of samsara, next, and in this way we spin in samsara with you. Maybe it's time to bring an end to it. We're not stupid people. Good evening, I'm Vlad. What is the mind and why do you compare it to the devil? The mind is one of the walls that prevents this light to break into the soul. The soul sheds energy, that is our consciousness. And the mind prevents this light from breaking through if we look this way. But in general, the mind, its task is very simple. It's a tool, and its main task is to protect our egoism. Egoism is false when we live inside the mind, and also awakened. For some time, it seems to us that egoism is alive, normal and natural. And then when you get through this, you'll see it's false. Actually, it doesn't exist. It's a fake pressure. Is egoism included as a natural element of human evolution? Yes, but to a certain level. And the nature of mind is to protect egoism to the last drop of blood. Look how are the classes built in our school when you get instructions. By the way, not everyone agrees to follow the instructions for the full 100%. We'll have a talk about this topic separately. In fact, look what a good exercise it is. You have just quieted down more or less, not like when you live at home in society. And in this silence, when you get instructions, you can see how your mind is resisting, what logical excuses it builds, why the mind does not want to do it. That means it tries to resist. In this way, you can see on what short leash the mind holds you. You can see as far as you are a slave of this mind. Now you start to see it. You start to see the depth of this problem. Previously, you acted automatically with it without seeing it. Now you start to see more of it. And you have to step over it. That's why in our culture, I'm talking about the Christianity as an example, and all religions probably the same thing, speaks of obedience. That's to show a person how much he's a slave of this mind and bring him out, give him the freedom, because this is basically the way to freedom. It sounds slightly paradoxical, but it is so, because you start to get rid of this mind. You get increasingly free from these mind programs, from these false fears. The first 3 days of the retreat, I felt a very strong passion. It was so strong, to be honest, I thought I was going to die. I felt like I was carrying on myself the sorrow of all my lives. And then I started crying, and some mask was taken off. And I started to feel all the space around me. When I go outside, I can feel the sky. It's right here. The sky and I, we are the same. There's absolutely no separation between us. And while during the program the instructor tells us to look at the sky, I do not understand. Where am I supposed to look? I look at myself and I feel empty. I feel just cosmos. Everything. There is such a feeling.
Честно говоря, я не знаю, это пробуждение, не пробуждение, ум затих.
I closed my eyes and I tried to touch my nose tip and I couldn't do it. Because I couldn't find the body. And when during the program we do relaxation of the body, then I cannot find it. What am I supposed to relax? Often there were states when I felt dissatisfied and I tried to be satisfied. I felt that I had to cross some barrier, and I became happy, satisfied, and I felt that I was shamelessly happy for a very long time. I just rocked it. I felt like I needed to rock it to start breathing it. I have to start to go into this experience and give myself to it completely. Actually, there were many experiences, but those I've described were significant. Has anyone else had this state without any effort? Hello, my name is Valentine. I've had this condition the last few days. I wake up, I go outside, I see sky, school. I come here and I see all these people are my family. I go to this beach, I can see the sea pouring in and out endlessly. Pouring in and out. And the question arises, well, what can be better? And every time there's something more and more and more better, sometimes I feel like I'm just going to explode. It is continuing. It's all alive, it breathes, moves from one into another. And it makes me feel really good. It's a great life to live like this. Yes, great. Look, if we will listen to all your experiences, it will take time till tomorrow morning. Awakening is just a beginning. Then you will go deeper and deeper. And you will use your depth more and more. This world will come alive more and more in front of you. You will move on to another levels of reality. That's totally different. That's something else. But it is amazing. If anyone thinks it's too early for them to step on this path, we don't hold you guys. Here you will have to work hard. When you feel that you are the soul having this vehicle body, it will be easier, because the feature of the soul is unconditional love. It is its absolute knowledge. This is power. This is love. Absolute fearlessness. Some features of the soul will gradually crystallize, and everything will be fine.